Hi guys, I know I just uploaded a video and saying my thank yous to my talkers because I really needed to do that personally outside of the session talk. I know my hair is totally different now, but it's hot and I needed to pin it up, so I pinned it up. But this episode of Drea Talk, in this session, we're gonna talk more specifically on what having Black business and supporting Black business can actually do for the Black community, African American community, whatever you guys would like to call yourselves. No offense. I know some people call themselves African American, some do not, but I'm not trying to be offensive, so I hope you guys don't take it that way. But I came up with some reasons, and I've also done some research, and there's some stats in here, so I will be reading some. But we're gonna start with number one. Number one is going to help close racial wealth gap. And what I mean by that is because like right now, from the stats that we have now, 1 out of 4 Black households have 0 to negative net worth. 0 to negative, guys. That's not good. That is not good at all. Like, that's real bad. They're projecting by 2053 for it to fall to 0 in Black families. 0. So that's a good reason of why we need to start supporting Black businesses, start our own businesses if you already don't have them, or continue with your Black business. But support your friends and support your family and start spending money through the Black businesses, small businesses and things like that, because then it helps create and generate more and more wealth within that community and within that within our Black community and within our people. And so then we can start seeing more and more wealth and things like that. So number 2 is strengthen local economies. It says 48% of small businesses purchase are recirculated locally, compared to only 14% of what's circulated in chain stores. So basically 48% of small businesses purchases recirculated locally. So that means like if we purchase through small businesses in our communities and around our communities, that goes back into our communities. It's recirculated within our areas, within our regions, within the people that are within our area. It's local, right? So it's locally within your area. 14% go back and is recirculated through chain stores. So 48%, that is huge. So if we can spend locally, we'll be strengthening our economy locally, which means a lot of these Black businesses and things that are in your neighborhoods and stuff like that, if you guys share their information to other people to shop with them, and if you're spending your money with them, it's circulating back in your community. It's helping your community, your schools, your things like that within your community. So that's really dope. So that's number 2, strengthen local economies. Number 3, it creates jobs. And I think this is pretty much self-explanatory, because in 2018, the unemployment rate for African Americans fell 6.6%, almost double the white Americans and higher than any other minority group. That's crazy. And a lot of us that have businesses and they flourish and they get bigger and bigger because people are spending, and they're spending with Black businesses. And the more money that you spend with Black businesses, the more they'll be able to have to get more retail, more produce, whatever it is that their business is of. And then that means that they'll have to hire people. So then that will create jobs, and it'll create jobs within our communities and within our people and within our race, you know, to build up our economy. Number 4, we'll be able to celebrate Black culture, and we can serve our communities. Again, if we're supporting each other's businesses and we're uplifting small businesses and Black-owned businesses within our communities, then we'll be able to, like, it'll be an upliftment of each other. We'll be proud of doing something and building ourselves up and building our communities up to be great, which we all know we have potential to do. We just have to do the work in order to get us to that place, right? So that means more supporting, that means more sharing flyers, that means more spending with Black businesses, that means more promoting Black business, promoting your own businesses, but promoting your friends' businesses as well, your family's businesses as well, putting money back into them. You guys could put money back into each other. It doesn't matter that you have this business and you have that business. Hey, we both could have the same clothing business, but we both can share each other's ideas or share each other's stores, because guess what? You may have product in your store that I don't have, and vice versa. So it's not a whole thing of competition, but everything to do with working together. Not competing, but working together as a team. So I think that's really, I think that's great. Actually, I can't wait till that day comes, because I still have hope in our community that we all will get to a point to where we're very supportive and we uplift each other and we spend with each other, and that we could build our economy up in the Black community. Number 5, hold other companies accountable for offensive, like blackface, slurs, language, all these CEOs over Gucci and H&M and all the things that we've had to encounter over the years, from them not having any respect for us as a people and being able to like openly and inadvertently put out racial, just even in the clothing, racial slurs, some CEOs talking shit about Black people, whatever they do or whatever. We will be able to hold them accountable, because guess what? We're pulling out our money, because the Black community spends more money. For us, our stats and stuff to be as low as they are, we spend more money than any other race in America. The Black dollar is the highest dollar, like when it comes to spending and buying. These people are making money and they're becoming wealthy off of our dollars. So if we were able to pour our dollars and pour them into our stores in our communities and in stores of our people, then imagine what the wealth would be like, what our Black economy and our Black wealth would be. It would be so much greater. So that's a good thing. It would actually, we would be able to we would be respected, because they can't just pull anything now, because it's like, we got our own money now. We got our own money. I ain't saying you shouldn't buy nothing from nobody or nothing, but right now as a people, we already know like we need the most help in our community. We really do. And it's time that we stand up, and it's time that we try to do something and make it different, and we make a difference. Because if this right here, what's going on with this pandemic and everything, hasn't taught you anything, it should teach you that we don't need to depend on the government for money. We need to create our own money. We need to create our own wealth. We need to create our own system. So, number 6, bring more respect to our community. So, when we have wealth and we own our own things, so it's the saying of like this: you don't gotta like me, but you'll respect me. And I think that's pretty much bottom line. If we have our own, we've created our own wealth, we've created our own economy and built up our own economy. They ain't gonna like, they still don't have to like us, but guess what? They're gonna have to respect us. And guess what? It's gonna get to a point where they have to ask us for things, and we're gonna be the ones providing their produce and their clothing and retail and all of that. If we get to this place and we utilize these tools and things like that in order to build financial wealth. Number 7, we'll begin to appreciate one another. And the reason I say that we'll be able to appreciate one another is because we'll be working with one another. I think that you're able to gain more of a relationship with people whenever you're around them, and when you have to like do a trade, if that makes sense. So if we're working together to create something huge and it's something that we were able to accomplish together, you appreciate the person next to you, or the person that was on your team, or the person that went through the struggle with you. You appreciate it so much more. So it's like now we'll appreciate each other more. It won't be this hatred and this anger towards each other, this jealousy, this envy of the next person, because we're all there to build each other up. And we watch what that does, which is create wealth. It's created stability. It's created a solid community. So I think number 7 is a really good thing. I can't wait till we get to that place where we can start respecting each other and appreciating each other and loving each other in our communities again. Like, it's something that we definitely need, and it will definitely cut the crime rate on black crime, most definitely. And that is one of the biggest, deadliest things going on in our community, period. Number 8, we'll be able to change laws. When you have financial like wealth, and when you have that wealth and you have that power and you have that money, which is how we're being ran right now, because we have people that are elite and they have so much money and so much wealth that they can tell the government, hey, well, we want this law to be put in place, and they can push the government into actually making these things and creating these laws. Well, we'll have more control over the laws and things that are being passed if we get to a place where we have economic and financial security, right? So that was number 8. Just change the laws. We'll be able to demand change so much easier without marching and all the other stuff that we've been doing for who knows how long, and it ain't been working. So I'm just saying, guys, support black business, support your friends, support small businesses, and help them be able to become corporations and huge businesses and big businesses. What is it going to hurt you to do that? Like I was saying earlier, people are always complaining like, oh, well, this person has a bad attitude. Black businesses, people have a bad attitude, and you got to pay a little bit more than where you have to pay somewhere else. Well, I've been to lots of Chinese shops where I feel like I was treated like crap, and I had to pay $80, $90 after I'm done getting my feet and nails done, and they have bad attitudes, and yet they speak not even English around you. They don't even respect you enough to speak English around you so that you know they're not talking shit about you, but yet you still go spend your money with them. You're still spending your money, and it's not doing anything for your community. So it's like which one would you rather do? Spend money at this local black business that you know could eventually circulate into your community and help your community out, or shop with these Asian people or Chinese or whoever, no offense, but shop with them and get treated like shit and spend your hard-earned money with them, and it doesn't even go anywhere but in their family's pockets and not your community with your people, where your kids will have to be raised, and great-grandkids and great-great-grandkids. So we just gotta look, you guys, we gotta start supporting black business. That's all I had to say today. Support your friends, support your family, support black business, support black-owned businesses. If you white out there, ain't nothing wrong with y'all shopping with us either. If you Chinese out there, ain't nothing wrong with y'all shopping with us. And if you Arabic, ain't nothing wrong with y'all shopping with us, because we shop with y'all all day long. Again, the black dollar runs America. So I hope you guys like this talk session. It was really straight to the point. Some people may be angered by it. That's not my problem, because at the end of the day, I love my people, and I want to see us be great as we are. Peace.